All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a game. And this game is gonna be between. Oh, I should really update that. Hold on 1 second. All right. I think that's right. Let me double check. Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and get the show started again. Anyways, it is gonna be between Fly. No, it's Fly versus Sock. Fly spawning over here as the blue orc on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Sock has spawned as the red human over here on the bottom left. Um, it's looking for good replays. However, the most recent patch has broken and caused desync issues with the replays. So, still waiting for updates there. Altar of King's Place down, barracks, a farm, town hall, all of this information here. And I guess the only upside to having the replays desync is if you want to see the games, you can't watch the replays and you have to watch the videos. So definitely, if you are looking for replays from the previous non-bug patch, definitely check out my YouTube channel if you have specific strategies that you are looking for. Anyways, it is going to be a Farseer first, and I still do not see a barracks coming in from Fly, which that's a burrow. Aria. That's a burrow, not a barracks. Okay. All right. My daughter trying to correct me. Hey, Daddy, there's a building right there. Yeah, see? Burrow. Ah, yeah. Okay. So, Farseer coming in, and it may be it looks like it's going to be a tech to tier 2 even before the barracks is down. A very, very aggressive tech coming in from Fly. Meanwhile, back here on the, or a pig farm. This is not WarCraft 2. And I don't see any pigs here. Actually, do peons actually show up inside the burrow when there are peons in the burrow to throw those spears out? That's something I never actually checked. Thrall isn't down with the swine. Archmage now heading back off to the north here, as we're going to be seeing some water elementals engaging this relatively easy creep camp. They don't show up, not even in Reforged. They ordered them to eat potatoes. Oh, yeah, if that happened in Reforged, I would have been like, oh, that's like a nice additional touch. Archmage now making its rounds off to the north here. However, Spirit Wolf and Farseer are going to go ahead and try and engage here, getting in a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Spirit Wolves making their way down perhaps to try and harass, and Sock has not started to upgrade this arcane tower. Peasant's going to go ahead and run on inside, turning back into militia as they take less damage while in militia form. Meanwhile, the peasant is going to go to call to arms. There goes, try to fight all of these units back. Farseer still giving chase to the Archmage. Archmage sitting at level 1, trying to use line of sight from the trees to hide himself, as the footmen are still running back and forth here. Tech to tier 2 already halfway done. Barracks and second orc burrow now done as well, as we just now see the tech to tier 2 by Sock. All right, Farseer coming in from the side here, finding the Archmage on accident as the Spirit Wolves try to make their way back down, but that arcane tower, still not upgraded, and will not be able to offer any real sort of support. Archmage dancing back and through. Farseer continuing to get a little bit of damage onto those footmen, but nothing really to write home about, as the footmen and the Farseer do a little bit of game of chase and tag. Tech to tier 2 about 80% done. We are setting up the Voodoo Lounge and going into a war mill now as well, as the fights are fighting back and forth here. Farseer getting in some of those Spirit Wolves. Archmage being forced to retreat back. Archmage doesn't have that much, doesn't have level 2, but still has a fair amount of mana, as it isn't dropping those water elementals needlessly.
Work complete.
All right, Farseer continuing to engage here. Farseer now looking to continue to engage. One grunt able to push back through more damage here. Archmage picking up Boots of Speed will be able to outrun his opponent again, as the footmen are just now retreating and walking all the way back. Footmen are, well, heading back and forth here as we're looking at the Archmage desperately trying to get to level 2 for that extra bit of mana. Are they going to get that last shot off there? No, Archmage gets the last bit of experience and now will be able to head back off to the north here to put a little bit of harassment. No peons inside the burrows, even though they are actually there. It would actually be helpful to know how many peons were in the burrows, even when you were attacking, some visual indicator if there was 1 or 4. Alright, Archmage is going to go ahead and drop a Water Elemental, put pressure onto that Spirit Lodge. Orc Burrows are firing spears back as the Footmen are going to be able to cancel that Spirit Lodge, or force a cancellation, I believe, by Fly. There it goes, as another, as one gets taken down. Footman getting taken down here, Water Elemental getting taken out, a lot of pressure being brought over Tauren Chieftain as that follow-up hero as well, as we should be seeing a refresh on that Spirit Lodge here in just a moment. Bestiary now done. We should be looking at a Kodo Beast or Raiders first. Raiders for those ensnares, allowing for easy creeping of some of the creep camps as well, as you can pull them all the way back, and then once they are programmed to just try and run back home, ensnare them, and then surround them, and they won't do any attacking at all. Alright, Footman about to get taken down. One more shot should do it. Farseer is right there. There goes that Footman, finally falling. Farseer on the board with some experience. Archmage sitting at level 2, and we're 6 minutes into this game. No Spirit Lodge being built, though. So that came as a bit of a surprise. I'm sure that Sock was thinking that he was going to be able to reset the Spirit Lodge once more. But, well, none of that was available, as the Raiders are now joining in on the fight instead. Ensnare is going to be added in. Tauren Chieftain going for Endurance Aura first. Meanwhile, back down to the south, we're going into dual Arcane Sanctums with no Blacksmith at all. His strategy is going to be Footmen, Casters, perhaps transitioning into Spellbreakers as this Arcane Vault gets set up. Tauren Chieftain looking to clear out a creep camp off to the side here. Meanwhile, where is that Farseer? Farseer still sitting at level 1, not picking up any real items. And there is that Spirit Lodge now finally getting added in. Purge going to be incredibly important at shutting down water elementals and perhaps trying to remove slow. Meanwhile, priests are getting trained up, and with adept training should be able to keep this army alive and well, at least for some time. 3 priests is pretty much all you need right there, as the Farseer are going to perhaps aggro here. There you go, pulling away this Ogre Lord. We're going to see an ensnare onto this Ogre Lord, as the Ogre Lord is going to try and run back here after it gets down to about half life, and then that should cause him to stop attacking. Nope. There he goes, down to half-life. Tries to run back, only gets in 1 more attack and 1 additional shockwave. Tauren Chieftain is at 2, Farseer sitting at level 1. Meanwhile, Archmage is at 2, Mountain King very close to 2 as well, as we have yet to see a Stormbolt or a Thunderclap, at least under my non-watchful eyes. Mountain King gonna go ahead and try and run back after all of those units. Nope, haven't seen any engagement as of yet. There's that Rock Golem still chasing after all of those units here, as the Tauren Chieftain is in that front line spot. There's a Stormbolt onto a Raider. Raider gonna get taken down. There it goes, giving level 2 to the Mountain King. Mountain King could try even go for a Thunderclap right here, as the Mountain King does have Boots of Speed, hence the very fast movement across the board. Alright, Headhunter getting taken down there. Mountain King looks like they went for Bash, otherwise well, there goes a Stormbolt Archmage. Still giving plenty of mana to that Mountain King here. Mountain King using Stormbolt, and now we'll see if we can find a Bash. There is an Ensnare, as the Tauren Chieftain trying to get off a Stomp in time, unable to do so. And are we going to see the Stomp? No Stomp. He actually cancels it, as a Scroll of Town Portal was transferred over. Great job by Sock. Purposely, wow, that Tauren Chieftain very low on hit points. Purposely Stormbolted the Tauren Chieftain, knowing that a Stomp was on the way, and in that time during the stun was able to get the Scroll of Town Portal to the Mountain King to give him invulnerability and get out of that sticky situation. Back across over here, Tauren Chieftain, well, took a little bit of damage, now using up a healing salve once more, wants to heal back up, and looks like it will be able to do exactly that. Level 2 now for the Farseer, as the Tauren Chieftain sits at level 2. Alright, he has a Potion of Greater Mana. That does mean more stomps will be underway, as we see a Fountain of Health. Well, is this going to be a good opportunity to try and clear out these creep camps? Perhaps ensnare a couple of these units as they are away from the Fountain of Health. I'm going to go ahead and get an easy surround onto that Tauren Chieftain, or Forest Troll High Priest first. going after these last couple of remaining units. Shaman now needing to back away. Kodo Beast should really actually be back over here. They do not want to be taking all of that piercing damage, and that Kodo Beast gets taken out by a Red Drake's piercing damage. Alright, major loss right there. Loss of damage across the board as well, and that is going to be felt from Fly for a little bit of time, but he does get to level 2 on his Stomp as that Tauren Chieftain gets to level 3. Alright, there's a quick ensnare on that Red Drake. Red Drake taken down, and Boots of Cult of Loss picked up by the Tauren Chieftain for a little bit of bonus armor. Plus 10 agility on that Tauren Chieftain. He is, he is moving faster and attacking faster, in addition to that endurance aura. Captain America mask, yep, Helm of Valor. That item there. Archmage now moving around again. We are looking at an expansion being set up by Sok here at the 10-minute mark, and if Sok is able to hold on to this expansion, he should be in just prime position, as we do not see, well, do we have tier 3? No tier 3 coming in from the Orc player, so it means that there's not going to be that tiny Great Hall for easy expansion. 50 over 50 supply though, so it may be Fly strategy to just pick up a couple of upgrades, pick up a couple of items, and then push against his opponent very quickly. And as we see, an expansion has been scouted out. Arcane Tower or Guard Tower is established. Archmage, is it gonna, well, that is just an illusion. Not much is gonna really happen there, as that Archmage gets taken, well, puffs into nothingness. Mountain King is invisible here. Mountain King, that is just an illusion, as the Archmage wandering around once more. Mountain King heading back off to the north here. And what is Fly doing during this time? He is clearing out the difficult creep camps from his opponent. And this is a mental game against Sok. Sok knows that Fly knows that he has an expansion up. So he is purposely staying close to the expansion so that just in case anything happens, he is able to defend it. But instead, Fly, instead of attacking the expansion, is actually going after the difficult creep camps that really is not going to cost him anything, as the hit points are going to get some regeneration while he's creeping them. Alright, this last Forest Troll Berserker will get taken down. Tauren Chieftain will stay at level 3. Farseer purposely backing away as well. No, there's actually 2 Forest Troll Berserkers. Tauren Chieftain may get to level 4, and if the Tauren Chieftain gets to level 4, level 2 Endurance Aura is going to be a big boost for this army. Tauren Chieftain is going to Healing Salve that Grunt not staying close by. Mountain King stays at level 3. There you go. There's that Grunt healing back up right there. Inner Fire on that Mountain King. Ring of Regeneration as well. Engagement off to the north here, as the Mountain King may try and... what it's going to try and do is it's going to steal. There's a big Thunderclap and picks up the item and now is wandering around again. Mountain King, gets ensnared for all of his efforts. Scroll of Speed trying to engage here. Mountain King is along the back again. Is he going to land another clap here in just a moment? I believe so. There it goes. Clap countered by Stomp. However, Spellbreakers, well, the Stomp actually stunning the Archmage, unable to escape, and all of a sudden Fly looks like an absolute genius for all of these engagements here. Alright, Stomp not working well against those Spellbreakers, obviously. Thunderclap, however, having still a profound effect, as the Archmage, well, Mountain King gets a Stormbolt off onto that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain could be in a little bit of trouble. There's an ensnare onto the Mountain King. Mountain King has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, gonna be forced to be used, as the Wind Riders now join in the skies. Kodo Beast, well, eating up actually a Priest instead of a Spellbreaker, as the Wind Riders are focusing down a bunch of casters, and all you really see left is an army of Spellbreakers. Army of Spellbreakers, 1 Sorceress left. And Fly sitting at 62 over 70 supply, going up against Sok, what I have to believe is around 45 supply right now. He's going to be a bit of trouble, as we are looking at the Tauren Chieftain clearing out the remainder of this creep camp. Alright, Priest is revealing all of this action, as the Tauren Chieftain should be healing back up. There's that Healing Salve now being used. Tauren Chieftain very close to or halfway to level 5. Archmage going to be healing up as well. Mountain King using the Fountains of Health off in this corner. Fountains of Health are neutral buildings. They don't care who cleared them. They will provide healing to whoever drinks from their waters. Tauren Chieftain picking up perhaps a potion of lesser invulnerability, already has a potion of greater mana, will be able to dive in head first. But how effective is that really going to be when the front line is just mass spellbreakers? Tauren Chieftain, if it has a potion of invisibility as well, it could try and stun the back line once it gets in position. All right, more creeping, perhaps just to get a little bit of gold. I believe not very many creep camps are left, only this one here and this one off to the north. What, maybe 12 levels of experience from creeps between them all, as we are looking at the Tauren Chieftain shifting their way back down. All right. Plenty of gold mining here, scout farm being placed down, and we know that, well, Fly is going to be trying to push in with a very heavy tactical push here. Whoever wins the next battle will most likely win the game, or because they will be properly set up. In comes the Tauren Chieftain trying to, well, perhaps attack the Altar of Kings here. Are we going to see some Witch Doctors? Witch Doctors, yes, but no Watcher Wards, as we see a Shackle onto a Wind Rider. All right, however, that Dragonhawk Rider is going to get taken down. Mountain King perhaps going to try and get another Thunderclap. No Thunderclap here. Spellbreakers continuing to battle it up. Grunts are joining in, 800 hit points. They have the Berserker Strength upgrade, as the Mountain King now currently low on mana. Tauren Chieftain gets in a Lightning Shield and a Stomp, but it's only really hurting him more than helping him, as the Tauren Chieftain needs to make its way all the way to the very back. Does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, uses that Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, waiting for the right opportunity. Chain Lightning bouncing around. Tauren Chieftain could be in trouble, now needs to back away, as it is now stuck behind Spellbreakers. Stormbolt coming in, Tauren Chieftain to Fly in trouble. Scroll of Town Portal transferred over, Scroll of Healing used, trying to fight his way back out, and now forcing the Scroll of Town Portal there. Alright, forcing the Scroll of Town Portal. Kodo the Beast was able to eat up one Spellbreaker, and that was important, as the Kodo Beast and the Tauren Chieftain are going to have another opportunity to try again. No Clarity Potion for some strange reason on that Tauren Chieftain. Perhaps he realizes that the Spellbreakers are just not... Stomp is not a good counter to all of those Spellbreakers. Expansion is up and running by Fly as well, so it is no longer that pressing of an issue to try and finish off that damage. Archmage is sitting at level 3. Mountain King sitting at level 4. Stormbolt hitting a Grunt right there, and that Grunt will get taken down. There it goes, Ensnare coming back the other side. Raiders are all in position. Dragonhawk Rider trying to engage. There is an Ensnare again. A big monstrous Thunderclap. Mountain King is still in that front line spot. Perhaps it's going to try and use a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Get in another Thunderclap. There it goes. Clapping down a couple of units again. Tauren Chieftain gets on a big stomp. Shackle coming back across onto the Wind Rider there, as the Tauren Chieftain purposely hiding next to the Fountain of Health and regenerating hit points. Meanwhile, Farseer gets up to level 5. Kodo Beast trying to get away. It's going to get taken down, and Fly is losing a lot more units than I would have expected. Fly is in a bit of trouble here. Mountain King still running around here. Are we going to see another Thunderclap coming back across? Could finish off more units. No, Stormbolt onto the Farseer. Farseer now in a little bit of trouble, down to 172 hit points as it's trying to get away. More damage coming across. Mountain King chasing after. There's an Ensnare there, as the Farseer able to hide behind all of these tree lines here. Farseer jumping back and forth. Are we going to perhaps see a massive Chain Lightning as the Mountain King going after the unit? There's a Chain Lightning dancing around, as the Farseer down to 44 hit points, trying to get away, and Sock has left the game as Fly is victorious. Alright, perhaps a little bit too much chasing in the very end. The Archmage ends up falling during that time, and because the Archmage fell, Sock knew that he could not recover. A little bit too much focus, dancing after a sub 50 hit point Farseer, and unable to ensure the kill, and causing the army to just fall apart. Tauren Chieftain could not walk into casters. The Spellbreakers were just far too much. Great unit positioning. It's one thing to know that Spellbreakers counter the Tauren Chieftain and that Stomp so effectively. It is another to be able to position your units in such a way where you can ensure the Tauren Chieftain gets into a spot where he cannot get out of. That fight in the base of Sock, where the Tauren Chieftain tried to land a Stomp onto the back line, and then all of a sudden the Spellbreakers just surrounded him, forcing the transfer of the Scroll of Town Portal, was very, very effective. But in the end, Fly comes out with the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.